What's up, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. So once again, we are here to discuss the X-Men.
To me, my X-Men.
To me, my X-Men!
To me, my X-Men.
To me, my X-Men.
And not only are we discussing the X-Men, we are discussing one of my favorite X-Men characters. She's in my top 5. My top 5 favorite X-Men characters, for those that may not know, is Gambit, Rogue, Storm, Nightcrawler, and the subject of this video, Emma Frost.
Did you miss me, darling?
I love Emma Frost. She is a no-nonsense character. She's not the stereotypical woman character. She's not like a brawler like Wonder Woman. She's not a representative of the system like Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel. I'm talking about Carol Danvers. She's not the superhero woman that you're going to see join multiple teams because she embodies what it means to be righteous like Storm. Emma Frost is just a unique character. She has her own specific personality that works for her.
Wolverine's more desperate than I thought.
And she is temporary.
She used to be a villain when she served on the Inner Circle via the Hellfire Club, but her being a part of the X-Men has been such an enjoyable experience since I've been reading her for like the past 20 years when she joined back in like 2001 on the Grant Morrison's run of the new X-Men. Emma Frost has a hardcore bitch persona. She's very unapologetic. She is superficial.
I've been at war with gods, Emma. What have you been doing?
Helping to run a sovereign mutant nation. Oh, and I just had a manicure.
But most importantly, Emma Frost is glamorous. She prides herself in looking her best. She is the queen of fashion. So that's why for this video, I am wearing this blazer and I'm dripped out because I have to be looking nice talking about Emma Frost. If I was to look like a bum, Emma Frost would straight up like get inside my head and just cuss me out and then just render me unconscious. Because it's like, how on earth am I going to be speaking about one of the major queens of the X-Men if I'm going to look like a piece of shit? You can't look like a piece of shit speaking on Emma Frost. So that's why the aesthetic part of this video, I'm not wearing any superhero paraphernalia. I'm wearing all white to represent the white queen, and I am looking my best because I am talking about a woman that prides herself in always looking her best and being the best. That is Emma Frost. So for this video, I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite Emma Frost moments. Now let's be clear, these are my personal favorite Emma Frost moments. These are not 10 moments that define her character. These are not 10 moments that are so crucial to her history. These are just my favorite Emma Frost moments that I enjoy reading. I can skip through everything that's happening in a specific comic book, but as long as I'm able to read that one panel concerning Emma Frost and whatever she's doing, that is what's going to be highlighted. So that's what we're going to do for this video. But before we get started, theme song.
Emma, can you broadcast to everyone here at the briefing?
Need you ask, Charles? It's not as if I'm a first-year student.
No, of course not.
Now, for those that may not know, but you kind of should if you're a fan of the X-Men, Emma Frost is an Omega class telepath. She's not an Omega level mutant, but she is an Omega class telepath. Like, she is extremely powerful. Her power outscales Mr. Sinister, Charles Xavier, Exodus. Like, Emma Frost is up there in terms of telepathy. And she also has a secondary mutation. She can turn her skin into diamond form.
Stay behind us. Diamond? Would have been nice to know you could do this.
That gives her invulnerability and super strength. So that is the power set of Emma Frost. It's such a unique power set for a character like her. Like, whoever decided to give her that secondary mutation to turn her skin into diamond, just bravo. You deserve all your 10. So let's get started.
You're an awful person.
Maybe. But I'm rich and I'm pretty, so it doesn't really matter.
So we're going to start this list off with a bang. Moment number 10, and actually happened in Uncanny X-Men 510, Emma Frost versus Lady Mastermind. So quick backstory, Lady Mastermind was actually a member of the X-Men. She served under Rogue's team. Rogue's team consists of Cable, Mystique, Omega Sentinel, Cannonball, and Iceman. So everything that you're thinking about concerning that team, yes, it's so random, it's so problematic, but that run was very interesting. Shout out to Mike Carey, and I will definitely review that comic in the future because it was just such a unique team. It was a mixture of X-Men villains versus X-Men veteran heroes. And it's like that team did whatever they had to do to defeat the Children of the Void, and it just worked so well. So many weird, off-the-wall, uncanny personalities mixed together under one team. Yeah, Rogue's team was a hot-ass mess, but I enjoyed it. So in this one book, Omega Sentinel, Mystique, and Lady Mastermind, they decided to betray the X-Men and join Mr. Sinister and his Marauders. Right, now this part is important. Let me break this down because I need to highlight the fact that Regan, Lady Mastermind, is a follower. So Mystique joined the Marauders because she read Destiny's diaries and she needed to find a cure for Rogue because Rogue's powers were out of control. If you touched her, you were going to be stone cold dead. So that's why she joined Mr. Sinister and the Marauders. Omega Sentinel, she didn't have a choice because she was possessed by Malice. Malice is actually a Marauder member and she has the ability to possess other people's bodies. So that's what she did with Omega Sentinel. Lady Mastermind, she had no reason to join the Marauders. No reason whatsoever. She was just being a follower. So that's exactly what we see Lady Mastermind do. She set the X-Men up, the Marauders came, they took out the team, and they kidnapped Rogue. And it's just like, I can understand Mystique because Mystique is a wishy-washy, problematic ass bitch. Like, that's just Mystique's character. I can understand Omega Sentinel because, like I said, she was possessed. So she was acting out of her own control. Like, it was somebody else controlling her entire body. But Lady Mastermind, there was no reason for you to join the Marauders. And let's be clear, the main mission of the Marauders was they was trying to kidnap Hope Summers. That was the first child born since M-Day. So you joined a villainous team to kidnap a mutant infant. Okay, Lady Mastermind. So in Uncanny X-Men 510, Lady Mastermind is once again being a follower. It's like you don't have a spine of your own. You just blow wherever the wind goes. She joined the Sisterhood of Evil Mutants, and that team was led by Madeline Pryor, who is the ex-wife of Scott Summers. And that team consisted of Lady Deathstrike, Spyro, Regan's sister, Mastermind, her name is Martinique, and Lady Mastermind herself. So they decided to infiltrate the X-Men's base of operations because Madeline Pryor was trying to steal a lock of Jean Grey's hair. Yeah, we're not even gonna get into that. So they decided to invade the X-Men's base of operations. Lady Mastermind decided to go at Emma Frost. Why? Now, let's be clear. Lady Mastermind's power is simply illusions. To cast powerful illusions, it affects the mind. She is not a telepath. She just has a power to affect the mind, but she does not have any telepathic abilities. So why on earth would you go against an Omega class telepath like Emma Frost? Setting yourself up for failure. So Lady Mastermind traps Emma Frost in an illusion. Emma Frost breaks out of the illusion. She turns her skin into diamond and she beats the out of Lady Mastermind. I am not exaggerating. Emma Frost whoops this girl's ass. And I know what you're thinking, Emma Frost, she has super strength in her diamond form, and Lady Mastermind, she only has the power of the mind. She cannot physically fight Emma Frost, so it's an unfair fight. But guess what? It was a deserved ass whooping because, like I said, why would you betray the X-Men to join the Marauders? There was no reason for you to do that. You did that to be a follower. And with you doing that, it would have caused a whole bunch of problems if Mr. Sinister actually got his hands on the first child born since M-Day. Mr. Sinister has a history of operating on innocent children. and you decide to join him, betray the X-Men so he can get his hands on an innocent mutant child that was just born. So yeah, it was an unfair fight. Emma Frost did knock her ass through a whole entire wall, but it was so deserved because it's like, what the are you doing? Lady Mastermind, you have lost your mind. And I'm so glad that Emma Frost is beating the out of you. She whooped her ass so bad. Look at her eyes. Reagan has 2 black eyes because of Emma Frost. That was so deserved. Like, I can skip everything that has happened in that book. I just want to see that moment of Emma Frost beating the out of Lady Mastermind because you needed your ass beat. How dare you?
So pathetic.
All right, moment number 9 happened in House of M, number 1, and it is Emma Frost checking the Avengers. So, quick backstory because M Day follows the events of Scarlet Witch. So, what was going on was Scarlet Witch powers were spiraling out of control. In the previous issue, she killed Hawkeye, she killed Vision, and she killed Giant Man. The Avengers called in the X-Men for help because Wanda is a mutant. They had a meeting at Stark Tower, and in my personal opinion, the Avengers were stuck on damn stupid because they were trying to figure out what to do with Scarlet Witch. Mind you, I literally just said that she killed 3 Avengers team members. And the Avengers are sitting there like, we don't know what to do with her. So Doctor Strange is sitting there like, yeah, I'm trying to find a solution in the mystic arts, but I have nothing. Professor Xavier has suffered numerous nosebleeds trying to help Wanda mentally. So the Avengers, they're just going around the room saying, yeah, y'all, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. We need your help. And Emma Frost, she cuts right to the chase and she says, put her down. Murder her. Get rid of her. Get rid of Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, and hide the body. Simple said, done. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, what superhero would advocate for death? And that's what was said around the room. You know, Captain America pushed back. Wonder Man pushed back. Wasp, she was pushing back. Spider-Man was pushing back. And Emma Frost, she stood 10 toes down. Like, let me tell y'all something. If we don't put this girl down, things are going to get worse. And guess what happened? Things actually got worse. So you may not agree with Emma Frost's sentiments of killing Wanda, even though Scarlet Witch just killed 3 Avengers team members, and Doctor Strange is just sitting there saying, I don't know what to do, I don't have any solutions from her after researching through the mystic arts. The only solution that makes a whole lot of sense is to murder Scarlet Witch. Sorry, not sorry. So I appreciate Emma Frost for taking that drastic, blunt approach, and I appreciate her for standing 10 toes down on it, because absolutely, that's exactly what you guys should have done. And before Scarlet Witch said the words, no more mutants, and obliterated the mutant X gene from 90% of the mutant population. You should have listened to her right then and there, but you didn't.
You hate me because your version of me almost decimated the mutant population.
And there are more to learn at the bottom of my boot, should you try again.
And another reason why I love this moment so much, I love seeing Emma Frost rub people the wrong way. I love that she's able to say what she wants to say. And she's not afraid to debate you on it. Like, okay, you're disagreeing with what I'm saying, but here's my stance on it. Now, what do you got to say about that? And people be left speechless. That's why I love her personality so much. I love that blunt, bitchy, hardcore personality in a room full of other people, because people may want to undermine her. People may want to chastise her because she is a woman, because she is a good looking woman, because she dressed sexually, because Emma Frost is the type of person that you either want to sleep with or you want to be like her. So yeah, people may try to downplay Emma Frost, but Emma shows up time and time again to let know that she is not the one, and she doesn't give a damn about any of the dramatics. If I'm offering a solution, this is the solution. And if you don't have a better solution, shut the up. So that's why I love this moment so much. Shout out to my girl, Emma.
Do you have a problem with me I should know about, Emma?
Only the years of unnecessary pain and strife you caused my people.
Whatever your Wanda Maximoff did, That blood is not on my hands.
And yet there you are, bathed in red from head to toe. How fitting.
And my number 8 moment happened in X-Men number 207, Emma Frost taking down Exodus. So as I said earlier, Hope Summers was the very first child born after M-Day. And again, as I said earlier, M-Day is when Scarlet Witch said the words "no more mutants" and obliterated the X gene. So the mutant community, they were identified as an endangered species. It was less than 100 of them surviving on the planet. So with Hope Summers being the first child, the first mutant child born, since that moment, it was a very big deal. William Stryker and his Purifiers, they went after Hope Summers. The X-Men, they were going after Hope Summers. Bishop, he was going after Hope Summers, and we need to talk about Bishop in a whole separate video. I love my boy Bishop, but it was like, sir, you're really trying to murder an infant child to save your future that is destined for failure? But that's beside the point. Like I said, we can discuss that in a whole nother video. I like Bishop, but I'm always side-eyeing him like, what the fuck are you doing? But in my personal opinion, the main threat that was after Hope Summers was Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister wanted Hope Summers to himself as well. So it was like a global manhunt to get this child. And Exodus, who was the leader of the Acolytes, he teamed up with Mr. Sinister. Now, mind you, Exodus is way more powerful than Mr. Sinister. Exodus has his own band of mutants. He is the leader of a whole team of mutants, the Acolytes. So what was the reason for Exodus to join Mr. Sinister and his marauders to find this child? So anyway, in this particular issue, Emma Frost goes after Exodus. Now, mind you, like I said, Exodus is a very powerful mutant. He is a powerful telepath, and he is an extremely powerful telekinetic. Like, that boy is a beast. So what does Emma Frost do? She decides to attack Exodus on the astral plane. That's right. They are having a full-blown telepathic battle. Now, I will say, as my criticism for this book, I have seen over the years how X-Men illustrators are always prioritizing the aesthetics of a telepathic battle. It looks so dope to see a telepathic battle being illustrated in the comics. But with this particular issue, they fell flat. You know, it was only like a panel and some change regarding the telepathic battle between Emma Frost and Exodus. They could have done more, but just when you read the panel, you know that Emma Frost is battling Exodus. And I love this moment so much because it was a tactical moment. Emma Frost knows how powerful Exodus is, but she's like, you know what? I'm a powerful telepath, even though I cannot access my diamond form, because that's the thing. If you have more than one powers, if you are in a telepathic battle, you can only access your telepathy. You cannot access any other powers. So Emma Frost, knowing that she could not access her diamond form, that is why she went after Exodus, because he cannot access any of his other powers. So that was such a smart move. And like I said, Emma Frost is an Omega class telepath. So she knows what she's doing. This is her realm. This is her arena. And she's not intimidated by anybody. But Exodus is an Omega level mutant. So that's not going to be an easy battle. But Emma Frost is not worried about it being an easy battle because this is where strategy takes place. Emma Frost calls on Dust. Dust has the ability to turn her entire body into dust. So while these two are engaging in a telepathic battle, Dust enters Exodus's whole entire body. That's right. He is breathing Dust in. And what Dust is doing, she is damaging his lungs. She is damaging his internal organs. Dust is making Exodus cough out blood. It was a slick move. It was a dangerous move, but it was so needed. Emma Frost had to find a way to take down Exodus fast and hard because the goal was not to defeat all the Marauders. The goal was to go after Hope Summers and protect her. That's what the X-Men were doing. They were trying to pursue Hope Summers to shield her away from Mr. Sinister and his Marauders and William Stryker and his Purifiers. So I love this moment so much because Emma Frost got the one-up over Exodus, not through the telepathic battle, even though I would have loved to see the telepathic battle on a full display, but it wasn't about the telepathic battle. It was about tactics. It was about strategy. And Emma Frost out-strategized Exodus, and it cost him. And once again, it was so needed because he did the exact same thing that Lady Mastermind did. Why are you teaming up with Mr. Sinister, who has a long, toxic, indisputable, immoral history of operating on innocent children? And you're teaming up with him so you can help him get his hands on the first child, the first baby, because Hope Summers was still an infant when she was born, obviously. The first baby born since M-Day. What is wrong with you? So what Emma Frost did to Lady Mastermind and what Emma Frost did to Exodus, it was so deserved because they are a bunch of dumbasses. Exodus, in this moment, you are a follower as well. It wasn't as bad as Lady Mastermind, but it was like, what the are you doing, dumbass? So yeah, that's why I love this moment so much. Let's move on.
What?
The professor has already stirred those memories. Does that mean he couldn't?
Wouldn't.
Well then, by all means. Let's get started.
Moment number 7 happened in Astonishing X-Men is Emma Frost saying, I am my own best friend. I love this moment so much, and I have a clip. Take a look.
Emma, what we did back there, I'm never gonna be okay with that.
And your approval is necessary for...
That's not the point. I just thought...
That I might need to talk. Oh yes, let's talk. Let's share our feelings and have slumber parties and try on hats.
I thought you might actually feel some kind of loss.
I am a diamond, Miss Bride. I am, by definition, my own best friend.
The reason why I love this moment so much is the infamous saying, diamonds are a girl's best friend. And Emma Frost has the ability to turn her entire body into diamond. So her saying that, it hits differently. Now, a little bit of context, the reason why she said that, Scott Summers had to sacrifice himself to Ord. Ord was the leader of the Break Ord, and they were trying to attack the Earth. So Scott Summers like, hey, I'm going to sacrifice myself to get in his clutches in order to take him down internally. At that moment, Kitty Pryde was trying to check up on Emma to see if she was doing okay, and that's why Emma Frost said what she said. And this moment shows Emma Frost as the complex character she is. She has a hard exterior, but deep inside, she is a vulnerable human being dealing with a bunch of trauma, but she doesn't allow anyone in for her own protection. She considers the X-Men to be her family. She considers the X-Men to be her co-workers. They work hand in hand beside each other to save the world. But she still has those walls up. And the reason why she has those walls up and the reason why she doesn't allow anyone in is for her own protection. She wants to deal with whatever internal issues that she is dealing with. And as I said earlier, Emma Frost is not with the dramatics. She's not trying to look like a victim. She's not trying to look like a pity case. She's going to deal with what she has to deal with. And if you are concerned for how Emma is handling the situations, she's going to shut you down. And I like that. It's just unapologetically Emma Frost. That is her behavior. She's not the stereotypical woman character that's overly caring about everything and that's so sensitive about various things that's happening. That's not Emma Frost. So yes, it was kind of a crude, bitchy moment to shut down Kitty Pryde like that. But again, that's why I love her. Let's move on.
You shine like a diamond. But your soul is so empty.
Obviously, you've been speaking to my therapist, but I'm not sure that's relevant right now.
If we aren't strong within, even the toughest surface begins to show its cracks.
Not with the right amount of makeup, dear.
And moment number 6 happened in House of X, Powers of X, Part 5, and it is when Emma Frost liberates Sabretooth from being arrested in the human prisons. A quick backstory for context. Krakoa was a mutant nation founded by the X-Men, and they were in the process of being recognized as a full-fledged country by the United Nations. Now, while all of this was going on, there was a group of humans known as Orcus, and their plans was to kill all mutants and stop Krakoa from forming and create a new version of a master mode. So Scott Summers, the king of the X-Men, he assembled his own personal team to go into space and take down Orcus. While all of this is going on and we have Scott Summers and his X-Men going into space pursuing a death mission, we see a scene with Emma Frost playing politics. So Sabretooth, he was captured and arrested by the Fantastic Four because Sabretooth, Mystique, and Toad, they were infiltrating a government facility to grab information about Orcus, but it was supposed to be an undercover mission. But Sabretooth, being the wild animal, he let loose and he was just killing everybody and then blew their cover. So Toad escaped, Mystique escaped, but Sabretooth, he was captured by the Fantastic Four. And he was being tried in the court systems. And he was going to be thrown in prison. And as you see in this scene, Sabretooth is bragging about, it doesn't matter what prisons you guys put me in. I am going to do what I want. I'm going to kill whatever I want. And you guys cannot stop me. And so the judge and the lawyers and the prosecutors, they are just looking around like, oh my God, this guy is just out of control. He's spitting at people. He's cussing at people. And it's just like, all right, what's the sentence? Because we got to get this fool out of here. Then in walks Emma Frost. So Emma Frost walks in with her girls, the Stepford Cuckoos. She's wearing fur. She's wearing thigh-high boots. She's wearing gold. And she has a folder of paperwork. And she's saying, listen, Sabretooth is going to come with me. Because with Krakoa becoming a nation, all mutants will not be tried in human courts. They will be tried in Krakoa. And so the judge is like, what? And the prosecutors are like, what? And the police officers are like, what the f*** you got going on? So while everybody in the courtroom is stuck on confusion, Emma Frost is checking her nails like, yeah, look at the paperwork. This came from the State Department. Sabretooth is coming with me. So this girl decides to pull a gun on Emma Frost. What the f*** is a gun going to do against Emma Frost? But I just love how Emma handles the situation. She's like, little girl, listen here. I can invade your mind and stick that gun where your last boyfriend left you. Or you can just do what this paperwork says in this folder and hand Sabretooth to me. That's what's going to happen here. And if you don't like it, I do not care. You take that up with your government because mutants are not answering to your government. We have our own government system in the country of Krakoa. Now, that was such a boss-ass moment because Emma Frost was in control of the entire situation and she did not have to use her telepathy. She came in, she liberated Sabretooth, and she got the f*** on and left everybody standing there in that courtroom speechless and confused. This was main character energy. She controlled the entire room just by stepping inside of it. And she had what she needed in order to back her words up. I love seeing Emma Frost piss people off. It's the best thing ever. Shout out to the writers for making sure Emma Frost is consistent with this personality. Because as I said, as the X-Men are on a suicide mission, Emma Frost walks in the courtroom looking fabulous, liberating Sabretooth, and leaving everybody speechless. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Love me some Emma Frost.
Assemble the council. We need to talk.
Whatever is the matter, Dr. Cooper?
Is it your dress?
Moment number 5 is low-key like 2 moments in one, but it's all under the same theme, so that's why I'm including this together. It happened in Black Panther Volume 4, number 22, and Civil War, number 3. And it is Emma Frost checking both Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, and Storm about the X-Men not getting involved in the Civil War. So, brief backstory, there was an incident that happened where a supervillain who has the power to explode literally executes his powers and he kills off an entire city. Because this was such a big ordeal, the United States government, they came with the regulation. Superheroes are going to be registered and they are not going to be operating behind secret identities. And if they don't, they will be arrested. So that's what Civil War is about. Iron Man was pro-registration. Captain America, he was against registration. So Iron Man decided to go to the X-Men for help to get people to fight on his side. And Emma Frost was not having it. She was like, get the out of here. And the main reason why Emma Frost gave a big you to Tony Stark is because the X-Men were just dealing with what had happened in Genosha. 16 million mutants were murdered because of a wild sentinel attacking the country of Genosha. And Genosha was a country of mutants. So they were just dealing with that, but they were also just dealing with Scarlet Witch, who obliterated the X gene by saying no more mutants. So Emma Frost's standpoint is like, we are dealing with two crises. And you're coming to the X-Men for help to fight this stupid ass Civil War while the mutant community is an endangered species and they are literally trying to fight for survival. Iron Man, go to hell. And Iron Man continued to go to hell because Emma Frost brings up another point. Where the were the Avengers when the Wild Sentinels was attacking the country of Genosha, obliterating 16 million mutants? Where were the Earth's mightiest heroes? You guys are the Earth's mightiest heroes except when it comes to saving mutant lives? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And I'm not saying that the Avengers should have helped fight the Wild Sentinel and actually save the lives of Genosha, because that situation was sporadic. It was out of the blue. Nobody was expecting 16 million mutants to die in the country of Genosha. But the Avengers could at least help with the humanitarian efforts to help find survivors, to help usher in paramedics and help displaced mutants not be homeless since their home was literally obliterated. But the Avengers didn't even do that. But here comes billionaire Tony Stark, who has all the money in the world to help reconstruct Genosha, but he wants the X-Men to get involved with Civil War. Tony Stark, go to hell. And also with Storm. Storm was married to Black Panther at the time, and I love Storm to death, but this is the type of shit that pissed me off. Storm, 16 million mutants were murdered in Genosha. And then another large amount of mutants lost their X gene because of Scarlet Witch. And you want the X-Men to get involved with the Civil War fight. Why? Because your man is a part of the fight? Because you are a part-time Avenger team member? Storm, the mutants got other things to worry about. And you as a mutant, you should be worried about those same exact things, but you're asking Emma Frost to get involved with the Civil War. So Emma Frost shut it down and was like, no, why the fuck are we even doing that? They are fighting for secret identities. The X-Men, we don't operate in secret identities. We cannot turn off our mutant abilities. We are just always going to be mutants. I am Emma Frost. I do not have a superhero code name. When I step into the public, I'm not wearing a mask. I will forever be Emma Frost, a mutant, not Emma Frost, a superhero with a secret identity. What are we talking about? So I'm so glad that Emma Frost shut both Storm and Tony Stark down, but especially Storm, because it's like, ma'am, stay focused. Us as mutants, we're not going to be participating in some private turf war between Iron Man and Captain America. What they got going on over here has nothing to do with us. We have bigger fish to fry. So yeah, shout out to Emma Frost for standing on business, because Storm, get a clue, babe. Please get a clue.
Scott, darling.
She should have killed us.
Well, forgive me for being glad she didn't.
All right, with moment number 4, I don't have a specific comic for this moment, or moments, to be honest, but I'm highlighting an era, and I'm highlighting the era of the X-Men being in Krakoa as a recognized United Nations state, and it is Emma Frost being on the Quiet Council. I love seeing Emma Frost as a politician, because if you are on the Quiet Council, that is the government body of the whole entire country. So I loved seeing Emma Frost on the Quiet Council. Her attitude, her bitchiness, her banter, her snarkiness. It is the perfect personality to have a part of a governing body. Emma Frost is on the spring side of the Quiet Council, sitting alongside Sebastian Shaw and Catherine Pride. She handles all the finances and oversees the international trading to keep up with Krakoa trading goods with other countries, because that is how countries sustain profit. If they have a successful trading relationship with another country, you provide us with the certain goods and we're going to pay out the money so the goods can keep coming in. That's what you want to run a successful nation. So that is the side that Emma Frost serves on. And again, I say Emma Frost, in all her bluntness, her bitchiness, her snarkiness, it is the perfect personality to be a part of the Quiet Council, because let's be clear, a lot of the members on the Quiet Council are villains. You have Apocalypse, you have Mr. Sinister, you have Mystique, you have Exodus, you have fake ass mother like Magneto and Charles Xavier. They were the two talking figure influential heads to establish Krakoa and persuade all the mutants to join this fabulous country and become a nation. But yet it's a whole bunch of dangerous secrets that they don't even tell the governing body of Krakoa. So yeah, you need somebody like Emma Frost who is not afraid to call shit out. The only other personality that I can think of would be Wolverine, because Wolverine is going to say what's on his mind no matter what. But Wolverine is not a part of the Quiet Council. And then on top of that, Emma Frost has the gravitas. She has the specific way to get her point across in a political manner. Now, somebody like Wolverine, he's just going to be up there cussing and fussing and yelling at people. Emma Frost, she doesn't need to do that. She can just piss people off just from her words alone.
Whose charitable idea was it to let a human be on the council? Were no others available to weep over semantics?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't? You're clearly in bed with this alien Burke, yet you've no clue what he's been up to. Doesn't sound like you. Great big covert muckety and all that.
You've made the wrong decision. Again.
Frost!
Either way, you've lost another X-Men. And you can't blame that on me.
That is the type of person you will want on a governing body. A few of my favorite Emma Frost moments on the Quiet Council. I can replay these moments over and over and over again. Emma Frost exposed Charles and Magneto's secret about Moira McTaggart. Emma barred Magneto from choosing the successor when he decided to leave the Quiet Council. Emma exposed Mr. Sinister as a traitor working for Orchis. Emma held Storm accountable for trying to be in two places at once with poor management skills. Emma also built alliances for power dynamics. Alliances with Catherine Pride, who can convince Storm to vote her way, and Mystique and Destiny. So if Emma Frost needs extra votes in order to approve or deny something, she has Kitty. Kitty can convince Storm, so that means she has Kitty and Storm. She has an alliance with both Destiny and Mystique. So it's 4 votes along with her. That's 5 votes in Emma Frost's pocket. And if she wants to vote one way, she has the power to do so because she has all these alliances. See, that is the genius behind Emma Frost. She knows not to trust everybody on the Quiet Council. I remember at the second Hellfire Gala, she was having a conversation with Scott and she was saying, it's been a battle being on the Quiet Council and not having a lot of good guys serving on the Quiet Council. Good guys with a backbone. Because I love Nightcrawler to death, but Nightcrawler blows wherever the wind goes. He doesn't have a confirmed decision. Emma and Storm, they don't get along. Charles cannot be trusted. Magneto damn sure cannot be trusted. And everybody else are a bunch of villains. And when Jean left the Quiet Council, that was like the only person who Emma can actually depend on to have her back. So yes, she has Kitty, but Emma's like, damn, I need more good guys on the Quiet Council. So that's why Emma Frost strategizes. That's why she comes up with these plans in order to make her voice known and make it stick. So yeah, I just love Emma Frost being in a position of power because she is a powerful human being, not just with her mutant abilities, but just her personality, just her way of thinking, her way of strategizing. She's the best. Shout out to Emma Frost.
So how are you ladies feeling with me here? Do you feel...
I'm not that excited to see you.
No, you shouldn't be.
Because you're just another girl to slob my man down.
Ooh, your man. You're calling him that pretty early on. Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
You're a dreamer. You dream a lot in your sleep.
No, not really. I know.
Yes, you do.
No, I
Yes,
don't.
you do.
My number 3 moment comes from astonishing X-Men number 1. And it is Emma Frost with her "They Will Always Hate Us" speech. Take a look at the clip.
What have we learned? We have learned the first lesson. They will always hate us. We will never live in a world of peace, which is why control and nonviolence are essential. We must prove ourselves a peaceful people. We must give the ordinary humans respect, compliance, and understanding, and we must never mistake that for trust.
This speech has a lot of layers to it. Within the mutant community, there are 2 main ideologies that are always being pushed. It is the ideology of Charles Xavier, protect those that hate and fear us, and mutant and human coexistence. And then we have the ideology of Magneto. Mutants are the superior being. We should not have to bend the knee to humans. It's an anti-type of human mindset because humans have a nasty history of harming mutants. So those 2 ideologies are the main ones being pushed across the board within the mutant community. Are you Team Charles Xavier? Or are you Team Magneto? But with this speech, Emma Frost offers a 3rd option. And that 3rd option is realism. She's not operating on the basis of a dream like Charles Xavier or Magneto. She's operating in reality. Because the reality of the situation is Emma Frost went through 3 tragic moments. The first tragic moment is when her school, the Massachusetts Academy, was attacked by a bunch of Sentinels controlled by Trevor Fitzroy, and they killed her students. Second tragedy was Emma Frost being at Genosha when the genocide happened and the Wild Sentinel murdered 16 million mutants from that country. That included another batch of students. A third tragedy was when William Stryker and his purifiers invaded the X Mansion, and they were once again murdering Emma Frost's students. It was so terrible to the point school buses were being blown up with children inside of them, being blown to hell. Teenagers under the age of 18, minors, kids being blown up in school buses, all because they are mutants. These are Emma Frost's students. Look at this image of the X Mansion and all the graves that had to be dug on the X Mansion lawn. Those were not for fallen X-Men who died trying to complete a mission. Those were mutant children being laid to rest after being murdered by being blown up in a school bus or being shot down when the purifiers invaded the X Mansion. Emma Frost had to experience the death of her students not once, not twice, but 3 times. Imagine being a passionate teacher and you had to witness the death of your students 3 times, back to back to back. That is traumatizing. I don't even understand how she continues to go on about her life, because I just would have stopped teaching whatsoever and just stayed in Diamond Form and just dropped off the face of the earth. That is insane to anybody's mental health. So based off of Emma Frost's lived experiences, witnessing the death of her students on 3 separate occasions, that is why she makes the "They Will Always Hate Us" speech. She is saying to these younger generation of mutant students, it is our job as a mutant, it is our due diligence to learn how to control our powers. Yes, it can be a task. Yes, it may feel frustrating. It may feel impossible, but we have to do the work in order to control our powers. We were all born into this world with everybody else. And if we want to live in this world, we have to do our due diligence to make sure we control our powers. It's less about trying to fit in with society as a mutant with powers. It's more so about trying to relearn and reacclimate yourself on how to be a citizen with a mutant ability. So that's what she's trying to say. As a mutant, we have to do our part to learn how to control our powers. But with that being said, you have to have your guard up. You can never trust the human population. Yes, you may live among them. You may have friends or allies or just like a working relationship, a cordial relationship, but you may never trust them. And so that is why I love Emma Frost's ideology, because it's a mixture of both Charles Xavier and Magneto's, but she's operating in reality. Charles Xavier is basing his ideology off a dream. Magneto is basing his ideology off a dream. Emma Frost, she's basing her ideology off of experience, what she's gone through. So that's why I love this moment so much. Low-key, this should have been moment number 1, but I'm going to save that moment for a very superficial moment. And I don't care because it's Emma Frost and I'm going to do what I want on my channel. So let's move on.
Pussy.
I will knock your ass out. I do not care that you're a girl.
And my number 2 moment comes from X-Men Utopia, and it is Emma Frost operating as a double agent and betraying Norman Osborn. So, quick backstory. Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn rose to power as the good guy after assisting to defeat the Skrull invasion. Mind you, Tony Stark was in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. He obtained that position because of Civil War, which is what he caused in order to be the head director of S.H.I.E.L.D. But we're going to save that topic for a whole separate video, but I just want to let it be known, Tony Stark. And with Iron Man being the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., he literally had one job, and it was to protect the Earth from any dangerous threat. And an alien invasion by the Skrull Empire is a dangerous threat. And it's like, Tony, as the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all this technology at your disposal, you couldn't even do that? The f is wrong with you? It's because Tony Stark is an incompetent leader and a drunk. He should have never been the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. because he don't know what the he is doing. So when Norman Osborn stepped up and he gained public favor because he helped defeat the Skrull invasion, he rose to power, and Norman Osborn dismantled S.H.I.E.L.D. He created his own version of S.H.I.E.L.D. called Hammer. He also dismantled the Avengers, and he created his own version of the Avengers, which were a bunch of supervillains dressed up in heroes' costumes. Meaning you had Venom pretending he was Spider-Man, and then you had Bullseye pretending he was Hawkeye, and then you had Daken, Wolverine's son, bisexual son, pretending to be Wolverine. So it was just a recipe for disaster. But hey, Norman Osborn, he was in the driver's seat. He won public favor. He won trust from the governmental agencies. So he was on top of the world with Hammer. Now, see, the problem with Norman Osborn is he got a little cocky. He thought to himself, oh, well, since I took down the Avengers, I can with the X-Men. Unfortunately for him, he around and found out. So just like he created the Avengers, Norman Osborn created his own X-Men team to deal with the massive mutant problems that were going on in the city. And his team consisted of Mimic, Cloak, Dagger, Daken. He pulled Daken from the Avengers and had him join the X-Men, Namor, and the leader of the team, Emma Frost. So Norman Osborn had Emma Frost's X-Men team deal with mutant threats. He wanted the team to arrest violent mutants and execute heroics. And we saw Emma in the field whooping ass. See, that's the thing about Emma Frost. She has this prissy, rich housewife persona. She has the powers of telepathy where she can just control minds. So you would not expect Emma Frost to get her hands dirty, to go on missions and get into the field and just be doing a whole bunch of heroic that's going to require a lot of physical activity. But we see that in this book. Emma Frost, she is dressed in her all black with her black fur around the neck. She turns her skin into diamond and she goes to work. We see Emma Frost whooping ass and taking names. She is leading the team. She is executing every single objective that Norman Osborn has for her. She is doing the damn thing. And just a quick sidebar, when I saw that interaction in Marvel Rivals between Emma Frost and Tyrone Cloak, their special conversation in that video game, it reminded me so much of this book. Seeing them work together and Cloak being a part of Emma Frost's team.
You must change out of that tattered rag before the gala, dear.
Don't worry about my fit, Frost. We got more important things to do.
Tyrone, real heroes know how to save the world and look good doing it.
Says the woman dripped out with more ice than Bobby Drake.
So like I said, Emma Frost was executing every single objective that Norman Osborn had her do. Norman Osborn thought he had everything under control, but he did not, because it turns out that Emma Frost was a double agent. Emma's plan was to infiltrate the base of Hammer and rescue all the captive mutants, including Beast and Charles Xavier. And she was also to keep Norman Osborn distracted while Scott Summers created Utopia, a new base of operations for the X-Men and a new home for all mutants and Atlanteans. Emma pulled a fast one on Norman Osborn, and he was so pissed that he decided to invade Utopia and ended up getting his ass beat. Every single Dark Avengers team member got their asses handed to them by the X-Men. So it's like, damn, bro, you got betrayed by Emma Frost. She double-crossed you, but she also set your ass up to get jumped by the X-Men on live television. You thought you was going to have so much success taking down the Avengers and taking over S.H.I.E.L.D. and you thought you was going to run that with the X-Men, but you went to Utopia and got your asses handed to you by Emma Frost and Scott Summers. It was like one of the best things ever. But again, I love this book so very much because we are seeing Emma Frost in that leadership role. Not delegating from behind the scenes, but she is front and center, live action, getting her hands dirty, executing missions, and she is killing it. Emma Frost is literally one of the most underrated X-Men leaders, and she deserves her flowers because she is a good-ass X-Men leader. And I will read this book over and over and over again just to see Emma Frost in the field, getting her hands dirty and leading the X-Men. It was a 10 out of 10. Please go cop X-Men Utopia. Literally one of the best X-Men story arcs ever. My number one favorite Emma Frost moment. We are at moment number one. And it is a very superficial moment, but I don't give a f***. This is my all-time favorite moment of Emma Frost in the comics. And the moment is first seen in The Marauders number 21, but honestly, it happens across a multitude of comics because I am talking about Emma Frost hosting the Hellfire Gala.
To all our new guests from across the timelines, I welcome you to the Hellfire Gala.
First of all, as I said, the reason why I am dressed up, jewels popping, lineup popping, blazer popping, is because I am talking about Emma Frost. Emma Frost is the queen of fashion. She prioritizes looking good. No matter where she goes, you're never going to find Emma Frost looking like a piece of shit. Her nails are going to be done. Her hair is going to be done. Her makeup is going to be done. And her outfit is going to be bomb.
Honored guests, I propose a toast to Krakoa.
So Emma Frost creating the Hellfire Gala and hosting the Hellfire Gala, this is peak Emma Frost behavior. Alright, so quick backstory. With the formation of Krakoa being an established nation and being recognized as an actual country by the United Nations, Krakoa jump-started a trade agreement among other countries. We'll supply pharmaceutical drugs to the human population that will help cure illnesses and extend human life by 5 years. A lot of countries did not want anything to do with Krakoa. They did not want to accept any of the drugs. They were just hating on mutants. What's new? So Emma Frost decided to create the Hellfire Gala, which is similar to the Met Gala, but in my personal opinion, the Hellfire Gala on anything that the Met Gala has ever done in years. That's just my personal opinion on it. Call me crazy. I don't give a Hellfire Gala all day, every day. So Emma Frost decided to invite those countries and other countries to attend the Hellfire Gala to see Krakoa to themselves. She wanted the leaders of these countries to enjoy themselves, talk and negotiate, and potentially become trading partners and an ally to Krakoa. So this was like a genius move by Emma Frost. People are thinking it's just some big, gigantic fabulosity party, but the intention behind that was to gain more trading partners and gain more allies, with Krakoa being established as a mutant nation. And let's be clear, at this gala, we see everybody. All the world leaders. We see people like Dr. Doom of Latveria. We see T'Challa of Wakanda. We see Namor of Atlantis. We see all the world's heroes. We see the Avengers. We see the Fantastic Four. We see the Shi'ar Empire, an alien race. But most importantly, this is the most important moment of the gala. We see the mutant community. We see the mutant community thriving, enjoying a moment of peace and happiness. And for a brief moment, a very brief moment, mutants are finally being viewed and recognized as civilians. So the Hellfire Gala wasn't just this big fancy party. It wasn't just trying to gain more allies and gain more trading partners. It was a safe space for mutants to party and enjoy themselves and be recognized as the human beings that they are. Yes, they are mutants, but they are still civilians, and they are able to enjoy a function like the Hellfire Gala. Because let's be clear, a lot of mutants, they will never be invited to an award show or the Met Gala or any main Hollywood event, because number one, they are mutants, and number two, they are mutants, and number three, they are mutants. So it would be like, what would be the reason? So the fact that Emma Frost created this safe space for her community, and she killed 3 birds in 1 stone, she's the GOAT. She's the absolute GOAT. With the Hellfire Gala, Emma Frost literally proved that she is the sole ambassador to the X-Men. She is the face of the team. Emma Frost has skyrocketed her status to be the most important veteran X-Men team member. Yes, Scott Summers is the very first X-Men. Yes, Jean Grey is the first lady of the X-Men. Yes, Storm is the first black woman to serve on the X-Men. But Emma Frost, she doesn't need to be the first. She's simply the best. Now, one last thing we have to touch on with Emma Frost being a part of the Hellfire Gala is her outfits. Like I said, Emma Frost is the queen of fashion. The literal queen. Nobody can do it like Emma Frost. So let's get into her outfit, because at the very first Hellfire Gala, she had 3 outfit changes. The first one, Emma Frost is wearing all fur. She has a crown, and she has an X going across her boobs. Looking rich, looking powerful, looking fabulous, looking like Emma Frost. The second fit, she is wearing like a leotard with thigh-high boots. She is wearing a big-ass massive hat that can be interpreted as a crown. And she's wearing fur. And she looks good. With the all-fur fit and the X across her boobs, that was like her being at the door welcoming people in. But then in this fit, she is actually going into the crowd, mingling, talking to people, drinking champagne with people, cracking jokes with people, just being personable. I mean, it's Emma Frost. She knows how to work a crowd. Main character energy only. But then this third fit, This third fit, let me tell you something. Emma Frost has said time and time in the past that she has gotten her body done. She has gotten surgery because she wants to look perfect. And in this third fit, Emma Frost is naked. Absolutely naked. She is wearing a see-through cover-up with white gloves and heels. And I bet you're wondering, why is she naked? She looks a little cheap in this outfit. Oh, but when she turns her skin into diamond, this right here, that right there is wealth. That right there is fashion. I'm not even a fashion guy. And when I saw that, I was just like, ooh, Emma. Now, Emma Frost just took a cheap looking outfit and transformed it into a $1 billion ensemble just by turning her skin into diamond. When she did that, she shut the stage down. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Emma Frost. And she is gallivanting throughout the party in her diamond form, naked. Nothing but gloves and shoes and the cover up. But in that diamond skin, that was peak. Emma Frost, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you do the damn thing.
This is haute couture, darling. Designed by Jumbo Carnation himself.
So yeah, you guys, we are at the end of my list. Those are my top 10 favorite Emma Frost moments. Honestly, I can talk about Emma Frost for hours and hours. I could have did a top 20 moment if need be, a top 50 moment if need be, a top 100 moment if need be. I love me some Emma Frost. That is all that I have for you guys. Which of these moments is your favorite Emma Frost moment? Which is your favorite Emma Frost moment that I had not mentioned? Sound off in the comment section. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. And by the way, I will provide the links to all the books that I mentioned in this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.